Hi there, it's Karen at Corrie Paper Crafts, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in central Scotland. Welcome to another project, and today it's the last, I think, of my Halloween projects. It's a tall gift bag. I'm not sure you can see it all in shot, using the beautiful Magic in This Night designer series paper. So it uses a full 12 by 12 sheet of paper. There's very little cutting and very little waste, and I'm going to get right on and show you how I made it. So this is Cajun Craze, and this cardstock I've used for my sentiment is very vanilla. So pop this to the side, and what you're going to need is a sheet of designer series paper which measures 12 by 12. Because of the angle of my camera, you probably won't be able to see the full sheet of paper. Excuse me while I put my phone onto silent, which I should have already done. So we're going to do some scoring, a little bit of cutting, and then just put the bag together. So apologies for the lighting. It's very late afternoon here and the light is fading really fast, and our clocks went back an hour last night, the night before I was filming this. I'm filming this on Sunday the 25th of October, so it's going to get dark earlier, and that's British summertime well and truly finished. So on whichever side you like, but obviously you want your pattern to be going up and down the way if it's a directional pattern. So pretty easy scoring. So we're going to score at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4 and 11. Similar measurements to a project that I've just done a few days ago, and then turn it round to the other side because it's still 12 by 12 and score at 2 3/4 again, and that's all the scoring done. So let me just gently get my scoreboard out of the way, and then we're just going to fold and burnish on all the score lines. So let me just gently find those, and we've got some bats on the inside of this paper, but I really like the spider webs on the outside. And as I said, I think I said anyway, this is Cajun Craze, and do you know, I really like this colour, but it's not a colour that I use very often at all. So these papers have been great in both catalogues this year, the annual catalogue and the August to December catalogue, in helping me discover colours that I've not really used very much, and that is the beauty of Stampin' Up, because I would never have associated Cajun Craze with Halloween, but I just love these mandala type spider webs because it's not immediately obvious that it's a Halloweeny type paper, and because of the score lines I'm not too worried about having these particularly central either. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to remove this small, oopsie daisy, I'm just trying to knock my punch over, which I'm going to need in a minute. So I'm going to get brave with my big scissors, and I'm going to remove this smaller rectangle here with my big scissors, which I really like. They're new and they're helping me to be able to manage big scissors. And then just cut off an angle at the top of there as well, and this more or less is the only waste that you're going to have from your whole sheet of paper. So we're going to cut up these score lines here to that horizontal score line, because these are the sections that are going to form the bottom of the box. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently cut either side of the score line and just take that score line away, and that's just going to help the box to go together at the bottom and not have any overlap, and it's that size of DSP that we're removing. So again, I'm just going to cut up either side of the score line and just take that away completely on all of these sections. Here we are. So you're going to be seeing this, I think, on Tuesday the 27th. So this DSP is on sale with 15% off. There are 15 DSPs altogether, some 6x6, some 12x12, that are in the DSP sale until the end of the month, so 15% off, which is quite a saving. So if you like it, even though it might not be Halloween anymore, it is useful for other presents and gifts and things. I'm just trying to find the packet of it. If you've not seen it before, because it's not all Halloween. Obviously we've got bats here, but you might like bats at another time of year. This isn't particularly Halloween-y. I like monochrome, so I'll use that at different times of the year anyway. I like that. And that on the reverse of that is the black mandala. That is kind of Halloween-y because there are some webs in it, but you could get away with that at other times of the year. Stripes on here, so they're not particularly for Halloween. And this paper here, I don't know why I've got these all out of order, but never mind. That's not particularly Halloween-y. And I do like that, and again I like the reverse of that, and yes, spiders on that, but I guess you could use that at any other time of year as well, and this sort of harlequin print on the back as well. So I'll definitely be stocking up on these before the end of the month and keeping them in my stash. And they are still current, so they're current right up until the end of December, beginning of January, so they are still available anyway. So I'm just going to add some tape along here. Now, rather than a 1/2 inch join, you've got an inch join for your bag, which is absolutely fine. But I'm just going to pop, in fact, I'm going to get brave again. I was going to put tape on, but I'm actually going to get brave again with my Stampin Seal Plus. Because I'm really desperately trying to make friends with it. So I'm going to pop a length of that down here, and I'm just going to pop another length there as well. So I'm getting better friends with it, so I'm quite pleased about that. And then I'm just going to bring that over and join the bag together. So this, where I've joined this seam here, is going to be the back of my box. So this is the back here, and I'm going to pop my 2 side panels in, then my back, then my front, but I'm actually going to add a little bit of glue just to help hold those down, like so. And I'm just going to make sure that at the edges I pop a little bit of glue to stop any overlap, any gaping, sorry, and just making sure that I double check where the back seam is, which is here. So this is the part that goes over next. So again, I'm just going to make sure that I put some glue around the edges. So that's the back flap going over, and then the last flap to go down is the front flap, and that gives us that nice flush finish at the front of the box. So just make sure that you get that into position like so. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to grab my big ruler, and I'm probably going to be really close to the camera doing this, and just make sure that I give these a good rub down to make sure that glue takes. So let's put the lid on the glue and pop it away. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop my fingers into the middle of here, and it's very similar to a small bag that I made just 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I thought I'd make a bigger version. So it's the star top, so I'm going to pop that in, give it a squeeze, and then turn it round and do exactly the same again. It's actually now one of my favourite type of bags to make, and I'm just making sure that these meet neatly. That was hard to say. And I'm just going to make sure that I turn it back to what will be the front again, because that's the way I want it to fasten. And I'm just going to pop these sides in just now so that I can punch a hole. So I'm going to enlist my little clippy helpers again. Do you know, it made me think of a song. I stay in Fife, which is in central Scotland, and there's a song about a town which is only about 3 miles up the road from where I live, and it's called Kelty, and there's a song called the Kelty Clippy, and it was actually written, it's about a bus conductress, and it's, you know, it's written in fairly local language, so not everybody can understand it, but it's really quite a funny song. I'm just looking for my crocodile while I'm yapping away here, and it was actually written by my husband's uncle. So if you get a chance, look up the Kelty Clippy on YouTube, and there you go, you'll be able to have a listen, and let me know if you understand it. So just when I talk about my little clippy helpers, it just makes me think of the Kelty Clippy song. A bit of useless information for you. So I'm just going to get my what is this now, the metallic mesh ribbon, is it? Let me think, remind myself. Metallic mesh ribbon, and it's 1.5 inches wide. I thought it was 2 inches actually, but it's 1.5, so I'm just going to pop that through and undo enough to be able to bring that round to the front of the bag. Maybe not quite that much, but I do want a big bold bow, so I'm going to cut that about there. And off camera I can actually kind of lean the bag against myself so that I can tie my bow, because when it's paper it tends to slide about the place. I maybe could have done with a longer bit of ribbon, but never mind. So that's my bow tied. Let's just undo this a little bit because it's got itself all folded over, but I want nice big loops on here like that. That's not bad actually, and I'm going to leave that well alone because I'm really quite pleased with that. I'm just going to cut that at just a little bit more of an angle with my nice new big scissors, which are my new best friend, thank goodness. So I'm hoping that I'll be a little bit more adept with big scissors, but they are dressmaking scissors, so they're very, very sharp. So it's not got as long tails as the other bag that I made, but that's okay. And I just want to open up that star shape again at the top of the bag like so. So I'll lie that down so that it's not right in your face at the top of the beside the camera, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to use my Cajun Craze ink on Very Vanilla cardstock, and I'm going to again use my Little Treats stamp set. It's a firm favourite of mine actually, I just love it. It's a cling stamp set, and I'm just going to use the Happy Happy Halloween, possibly for the last time for now. And I've already got that mounted, and this is a C block I think. No, it isn't, it's a B block that I've got that on. One of our clear blocks, and I just love these because they're very user friendly, and they've got that little groove round the sides which make them much easier to hold. So I'm just going to stamp that about there, and it's a nice crisp image, and again Cajun Craze, just lovely on the Very Vanilla. And I'm going to use my tailored tag punch and punch that out, so just make sure I centre that about there. And then I'm going to grab a piece of Cajun Craze, and I'm trying to stop saying grab, but I did say it there. I think it's the only time I've said it in this video though. I'm really trying to stop saying that in every video that I make. And punch that out as well. Get that inky stamp out of the way. Now I'm just going to trim that because that's ended up with a little couple of furry edges. There we go. And I'm going to cut this in half long ways, so it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to offset it behind this greeting anyway. So I'm going to turn my greeting over, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Probably shouldn't have put it that far down, so I'll just bring that back up a little bit. I'm going to be sticking it onto the bag anyway, so it really doesn't matter, but I probably didn't need to bring my glue down as far as that. and then I'm going to put a little bit top and bottom, so I'm just going to move that around until I'm happy with the border, so about there I think. Just move that up a little bit so that that's not sticking out at the side. I think what I'll do is I'll just trim that because the glue's now stuck. There we are. And glue on this side too. I think this bottle of glue is about empty, but of course it's decided to all come shooting out at once, and I don't want that to, oh, didn't mean to throw that away. I don't want it to come shooting out the bottom of my sentiment and make a mess, so I just want to make sure that I've got an even gap on both sides, so round about there I think I'm quite happy with that. So just make sure I give those a press down. There we are, happy with that, and pop some dimensionals on the back. And you know that I won't scrimp with my dimensionals because I'm not going to make a really nice project and then not put enough dimensionals on to hold the label or the sentiment on. So either side and top and bottom without sticking it completely to my hand. So just get these backings off. There we are, and pop that round about, oops, round about there on the front of my bag. And that's a quick and easy Halloween bag with the beautiful Magic in This Night designer series paper. I don't want my ribbon to be on the top of my dirty stamp, so there we go. I'll lie those down because you probably can't see them in shot completely, so I hope you like that. Oh, what have I forgotten? I've actually forgotten to put on my metallic pearls, so hopefully I'll be able to add those. Where's my pokey tool? Add those without squishing my bag. Can't believe I forgot to put those on. And just pop those at various points where I think they'll look pretty. So there we are, 3 metallic pearls in the gold, and that's my bag now finished. So thanks for watching. I'll pop a link to the products that I've used in the description bar below, so if you do want to buy them, there will also be a link to my online shop if you don't already have a demonstrator. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye.